Howdy hey, I'm Kevin and I play The Binding of Isaac. I'm enjoying this game. Who would have thought after 1,000 hours it still has more to offer? Binding of Isaac is such a... It's a game that it keeps on giving. It's similar to Slay the Spire. I like Slay the Spire for a very similar reason. It's a game that constantly teaches you more about different ways to play the game. And there's no wrong way to play the game. As one wise man once said, should have peace Isaac, I will become back my money. And I think that's beautiful. I think that really encapsulates what the game is about. I'm continuing to practice projecting my voice, almost so that I'm like pretending that the microphone is at like the back wall, and I'm trying to speak through my screen. I know it's weird for me to even narrate this, but it is what I'm trying to do, and I need to be held accountable, or else I will simply not do it. Hey, if I just don't want to sound like a little mousy boy trying to not get caught by the restaurant owner. It's for the betterment of everyone. Maybe except people that are trying to listen to this right before bed. But even so, there are so many times where I... range? Do we need range? No, we don't need that. Do we need range? Let me think. We don't need range. We ball. Fuck. There are many times where I watch something and then I wake up in the middle, like I fall asleep with the YouTube video playing, and then I wake up halfway because someone in the video is yelling. Not necessarily Wubby, sometimes it's like a Northern Lion or something like that. It's just like just about anyone that I listen to sleep. Even for Slay the Spire players, sometimes they just yell. And I don't really want to yell too much. I want to keep things a little bit consistent. I know some of my other rants have been rather yell heavy. But most of them have been just me whispering into the microphone. I think honestly, that's kind of how I talk. I want to sound different, but that's just how I talk. I can't change that. I wish that I sounded different, but you know, this is the voice that I was given, and I guess I'll, you know, I have no choice. I was thinking about my university days. I did my university in Kelowna. And during my time in Kelowna, it was probably the second worst time of my life. The worst time of my life being right now. It was because it was not the right place for me. A lot of Kelowna, okay, I guess I'm speaking to a very small population who even understands what I'm talking about. Kelowna, especially back in like 2018-ish, 2019, pre-COVID era, I know. It was very white town. And I mean that in an endearing way. It was the whole town was built around being a retirement home where people like to drink wine. There are a lot of wineries. There are a lot of wineries, and there's some microbreweries. There's some wineries. There's some small colleges. So it was an interesting time to get to know Kelowna back when it was inhabited by mostly older white folks. God, they love them to death. But now, it is like there's bubble tea shops, there's like Chinese restaurants. But back then, those were like few and far in between. There was only like 2 Asian grocery stores in the entirety of Kelowna. And forget like Vernon. Vernon was even like further removed from Asian culture than Kelowna. Kelowna at least had 1 Asian bubble tea store. Do you see these items? I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dog, I'm about to. The shit of peace game strikes again, doesn't it? So, I think I would like Kelowna if I started studying there now. But back then, and how many years ago? Almost 10 years ago now. Ooh. Wait, is that right? It's 2026. That was 2018. Yes, so we're getting close. We're getting close. Almost 10 years ago, Kelowna, one bubble tea shop. That's where you find the Asians and the white people who had Asian friends. Oh, now we're cooking. And over the course of my degree, it introduced Korean restaurants. It introduced like bubble tea chains, like Wonzo, I think. And there's also like milk and sugar. I understand that not everyone knows what the heck milk and sugar is, but there's a bubble tea shop called Milk and Sugar in Vancouver, and I think Milk and Sugar in Kelowna is also by the same guy, if I'm not mistaken. So Asian, kind of authentic bubble tea shops just started popping up over time. Same with Korean fried chicken. At first, there was no Korean fried chicken, but as the years went on, would you look at that? As the Asian population grows, mostly due to Asian international students, there's a demand, there's a market for it. So naturally. And there was a handful of Asian international students when I was there. And I guess they didn't like the limited Asian food options. I think there was like a couple Chinese buffets, an old. There was actually a few Korean restaurants, but they just started closing down because not enough patrons, I guess. It would have been a risk, years back then, to start an Asian restaurant. Like it is sure there's no competition, but maybe for a good reason, right? And by now there is, if you look now, there's a handful of various Asian restaurants and Asian food options and bubble teas. And honestly, I kind of wish that I started my degree now. I wish I was born a little bit later. A lot of people say that they don't belong in this generation because they like old music or whatever. for me, I'm in the wrong generation because the city that I was living in wasn't equipped to deal with the likes of me. Okay, hold on. Let me play this a little bit well. I don't want to lose my extra health. Gotta keep the win streak going somehow, and this is how. If you're asking Kevin, how do you do it? It's this is how. There was a So in my last year of Kelowna, I had to find a new place to rent, and I started renting from a friend. It was a big house. It was lovely. It was a great house. I was renting a room on the first floor. It was a pretty large room, and it had everything that I needed. Although the upstairs, it was entirely rented out by a sweet, like, young Chinese couple. So whenever I like a married couple, so if I needed to use the kitchen, if I needed to use literally anything other than to use the bathroom, I would need to go upstairs and interact with them. And the thing is, they had a young daughter and an infant. God bless them. God bless them. The only complaint that I would have is that the young daughter was always watching Hotel Transylvania. If you know me, you'll already know Actually, no, I haven't mentioned this to too many people. But yeah, this girl would always, every time I'm in the kitchen, she'd be watching Hotel Transylvania on repeat. And I've never watched so much of Hotel Transylvania in small sections. I haven't watched any single movie in such small sections. She was obsessed with that. And also she was watching like weird YouTube shorts. I don't know how to explain it. They were like little chibi characters that were I don't know. Forget about that. What's more important is my hate for Hotel Transylvania for that exact reason. I still don't understand the whole premise of that movie. And I don't watch a lot of movies to begin with. And for my movie watch hour of that year to be taken up by Hotel Transylvania, it's pretty upsetting actually. I already don't like watching movies, but I'm forced to watch Hotel Transylvania because I'll be in the kitchen cooking. I would be rolling out a green onion dough, like a green onion pancake dough. And for a guy like me, that takes a lot of time. You have to season the dough. I mean, you have to make the dough. You have to season it. You have to cut the green onions. You have to roll it out. You have to chill it a little bit. And you have to cut it and then flat. It's a whole process to make green onion pancakes. And that's when I was really loving green onion pancakes and I could not stop eating them. But because of that, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. And because of that, I ended up watching a lot of Hotel Transylvania, man. I didn't consent to it. To this day, if I ever even like see any Hotel Transylvania related things, that is what I think about. I wonder if she's still watching Hotel Transylvania right now. Maybe like... Maybe there's a new Hotel Transylvania movie. I know that there's a Hotel Transylvania 2. Maybe the third one is out. Maybe she's watching that. You know, who knows? But fuck, man. Ooh. We like that. I'll also take a key. Thank you, it's on sale. Okay, so that's the Chinese family. They were very sweet though, and they were very nice about if I needed to use any of their like kitchen equipments, utensils, whatever. They were very okay with me kind of doing as I wanted, because I am, you know, despite my various stories, I am a polite person. It might be hard to believe, but I am. I most of my life I mind my own business, man. It's actually a very simple rule I live by, where I just don't interfere with other people's business. Except when a roommate moves in and then they don't respect the rules that I have set. Let me explain. So in that same Chinese house, I was told by my friend landlord, you know, the landlord that I was renting from was also a university friend, and she essentially said, "Oh, I don't want to take this item quite yet, do I?" And she essentially said, "Oh, hey Kevin, you're getting a roommate, a roommate for the first floor, not a suite, but just like I'm getting someone else is gonna be living in the same space on the first floor, and the second floor is gonna be continued to be occupied by, you know, the Chinese family." And I was like, okay, I do rather well with roommates. Again, I mind my own business. If I'm at home, I'm in my room. Like you probably won't even know that I'm home most of the time, even if I am. So I was like, oh, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I mind my own business, and I expect others to kind of respect and have a silent agreement that we're here for the same thing. We don't want to cause trouble. We want to maintain peace in this nation that we call the Chinese house. But no, that's not... She wanted... Bro, she wanted trouble. She wanted trouble. My blood is boiling as I'm recalling this story. Fuck. So, this girl, she moves in, and then she proceeds to say, "Hey, I'm Christian. I don't want to share the first floor bathroom with you." And I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm baptized. Where do we go from here? We're in the same team. And she's like, yeah, but you know, I'm not comfortable. I'm like, if you don't want to share a bathroom with a guy, you can just tell me that. Don't use your religion as an excuse. That is a disservice to your God. Hey, I guess in this case, our God. You know, the one and only Holy Jesus Christ. Don't use him as a scapegoat. Your Lord is our shepherd, not a goat. You know what? Why I shouldn't have taken that item. And I'm like, okay. And I call the landlord. I'm like, hey, this girl that just moved in is saying the first floor bathroom is hers. And the landlord is like, yeah, but the tenant is like a really close friend, so like, can you guys work it out? I'm like, okay, I can try to work it out. So I proposed to the roommate girl that, hey, we want the same thing. I'm Christian too. You want the baptism certificate? Like, what the fuck do you want? Ah, fuck. And then she's like, yeah, but the this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, fuck, okay. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna coin toss on it. And she was reluctant. She calls the landlord a few times, but then she's convinced that a coin toss, essentially to determine if she can solely get the first floor bathroom or not. If I win, we share the bathroom. If she wins, we share the bathroom. I'm thinking about this is not a fair proposition. If I win, I should be the only one that gets to use the bathroom. You will use the upstairs bathroom, bitch. But I know I'm trying to please my landlord friend. So and I promised her that I would try to work something out with her. But even with the biased proposition, she was reluctant. But then she agrees to a coin toss. And we coin toss, and she fucking loses, and she cries about it, and she calls the landlord, and she's like, oh, but then we did the coin toss, and then she cries. And then my landlord friend says, hey, I know you guys tossed a coin, but can she just use the bathroom, and can you use the upstairs bathroom with the Chinese family? I'm like, I was like, okay, fine. I said, okay, fine. I'm gonna use the upstairs bathroom. But how could you forsake the coin toss? Does this all mean nothing? I need a second. Is nothing sacred to you? We tossed the coin over. Isn't that the most... That's like... most traditionally, like, something that you agree on, and something that you don't break. If you toss a coin on it and you're like, actually I don't like the results, so can we just pretend it never happened? Can I get my way? Grow up, bitch. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Oh. It is funny looking back, but back then I was so pissed at her. I'm actually still pissed at her now. It's just a little bit funnier now because I'm, looking back to it. But still, I cannot believe that bitch took me for a ride and left me out to dry. And she went to cry. We shook on it, and then I lost. This isn't what I signed up for. I'm blowing a fucking gasket even thinking about it now. It was a disadvantageous proposition. I was already taking a loss, even tossing a coin on it. I should have never agreed to it. But then I did, knowing that it was not to my advantage, and then that bitch still lost. And where does that leave me? Where does that leave her? So I continued to... I think from then on, I never spoke to her. I think I hardly saw her. I think if I saw her, I would have like... maybe it's a good thing I didn't see her. Let me just leave it that way. Although there was one time when I got a knock at the door, so I open it, and it's an Amazon package. And I look at the who it's addressed to, and it's her. It says, you know, roommate bitch girl. That's what it says on the package. It says roommate bitch girl. I'm like, oh, you know, I know who exactly this is for. I know roommate bitch girl. And then I close it and I thank the driver. I take the little I take the package and I close the door on the delivery man. And then I hurl the package at her door. I consider myself very measured with how I deal with anger. But from the get-go, that like she made a bad impression back to back to back. And then I get a package addressed to her, so you know it's it's natural that I hurl her bitch package at her bitch door. Oh fuck. I think she deserved probably more than that. I don't think she deserved to get the package at all. I think I just take the package. I should give it to a homeless man, and then I say, oh no, I haven't seen the package delivered for you. I'll tell you if I find it though. Yeah. Or maybe we can fucking toss a coin for whether you get your fucking package or not. You. And then you know. And she would win. I'd be like, I'm gonna go. But then I don't like the results of the coin toss. I don't want you to get your package. I was Christian. I'm Christian too. I mean, I was Christian. Fuck. Do I need a wafer? I kind of need a wafer. How good is Bercano here? I kind of need a wafer. I'm trying to... Fuck. I am trying to win, so, you know, if we can take... We can essentially... If we can double our health, essentially, we kind of have to take that... even at the cost of 15 boss rounds. I really wish I had a full card. You know, it was literally right there. But that's okay. Honestly, more time for me to bitch about this fine young woman that we call roommate bitch girl. I'm honestly not even mad. Like now it's so funny to, because I haven't thought about this story in a long time. And honestly, most of Kelowna has filled me with great memories. That's when I adopted Jacqueline. Oh no, this is when I like first met Jacqueline. I adopted her at a different time. But that's when I first you know, met Jacqueline. It was in Kelowna. So, you know, a lot of fond memories with Kelowna. Like, especially hurling that package at her door. I think that definitely has to be one of my core memories. And I'm so glad to remember it because she deserves so much worse than that, but... You know, we do what we can. That means, hurling her stupid package. Honestly, she deserves so much worse. She deserves so much worse. She did not... It's one thing to complain, it's another thing to shake on it, and then cry about it. It was a very fair coin. Coin tosses are inherently... It's unbiased. It's like... It's a great equalizer. even though the whole proposition was at my disadvantage, with me being baptized, and the whole thing it doesn't make any sense. You don't want to share a bathroom? I don't want to share a bathroom. Okay, I'm stronger. What are we gonna do about it? That sounds terrible. I'm a respectful person. I swear that I am. But even a saint would say, my son, I would have done the same thing. I would have hurled that fucking package right through her door. You know, like, Pope, what's his name? Pope Leo? Pope Leo would say, yeah, my son, I get it. Yes, you're both, yes, you're both baptized. You're both equal in the eyes of God. But when you forsake the coin toss, you're you're beyond saving. I think that's what, you know, Pope would say. Fuck. Okay, that's okay. The health that I lose here is honestly like, it's fine because I already have the wafer, and it just as long as I make it out of here alive with decent stats and decent health, I think we're in the clear. Because not taking double damage is just, it's just nice, especially when I'm trying to keep a win streak going and trying to tell a fucking engaging story. Because I'm so locked in. I'm so locked in. I'm oh fuck. I drink a lot of coffee these days, but it's very diluted coffee, so you know it helps me stay hydrated while drinking less caffeine. It's honestly a shit that no one tells you about because it doesn't make them money. But trust me, if you drink a lot of coffee, just drink diluted coffee. Like for me, that's just like cold brew with just like a ton of water while I'm steeping it. Hydration plus less caffeine, it's what's not to like. Anyways, I miss parts of Kelowna. University was not great. I can't recommend the university that I have attended. Okay, the thing about UBC Okanagan is that the whole thing about UBC Okanagan is that it is an extension of Okanagan College. So the whole place, or rather, it was renovated from. Okanagan College. So it was never meant to be a university campus on its own. Because of that, it's incredibly small compared to University of British Columbia, Vancouver. It's like a retarded younger brother. I do want to censor myself, but I'm being honest here, and if you have seen both campuses, you can probably agree that one is clearly better than the other. not that autism. It's never mind. Forget I said anything. It's just the campus is UBC. Vancouver is bigger. It has more facilities. I was amazed when I first saw UBC Vancouver after I graduated UBC Okanagan, because dog, they have a fucking like dinosaur museum or whatever, and their campuses are just better looking in every facet. I felt scammed that we have I technically have a UBC degree, but it's not the good UBC degree, man. I want my money back. And frankly, they don't offer that program in UBC Vancouver, so I had to go to the Okanagan. And for what it's worth, it was fine. But when I saw Vancouver, it's a very, very different experience. I think even if you're planning to like travel to Vancouver, checking out UBC Vancouver or even like SFU, Simon Fraser University campuses, is a fun place to walk around. And even when I saw Simon Fraser University, I'm like, why is this Simon Fraser University better than UBC Okanagan? What don't they have like much bigger budget? But that's because UBC Okanagan was never meant to be UBC at all. It was meant to be a small college. And because of that, buildings are newer, sure, but they're built in a hurry. The facilities are not good. Oh my gosh, this reminds me. The facilities are not good. The food services were terrible. Dude, when I heard that UBC Vancouver like food options are just like better, and it makes sense. Again, I continue to feel scammed. Because, they shouldn't have gotten away with it. They can't keep getting away with this. They're selling a small college experience under the label of a large university. Okay. I do not have the damage to really... Did I pick up any damage items here? Let me see. Tears up. Yeah, that's about it. That's really cool. Thanks. Thanks, game. Oh yeah. I can't even bomb this one. It'll spit it out. Where was I? If you want, if you have 10-15 minutes, look up UBC Okanagan like food services reviews on Google, like Google reviews. That's just entertaining because they built a whole new building on the campus. Oh, he got murked. And then they proceeded to like, it was a whole like cafeteria. So they built a new cafeteria and they shut the old cafeteria down. There's multiple cafeterias, but there's really not a lot to choose from. So for the sake of simplicity, let's just say they opened up a new cafeteria and they closed the older cafeteria facilities. And then they didn't have the staff for the new cafeteria facility. So the students just starved. I wasn't in that building. I I wasn't using the food services in campus at that time, so I was fine. But I couldn't imagine paying for a whole like meal plan. And then, like, hey, yeah, there's really not a lot of ways to use this food allowance, a meal plan that you paid for. It's like thousands of dollars a year, and the food that you can, if you can find it, the food you can get are just not good quality. I would have lost my shit. And the reviews are hilarious. Hold on, let me... Ooh, okay. Okay, we can do this, Reviews are pretty funny. I forgot the name of the building, but I think if you look up UC Okanagan food service reviews and you can look through, maybe there's a few, just find the lowest review one and it's like, you'll know. Oh yeah, okay, we're doing this. This is Wafer Valley right here. And even the foods, even the food, the main food service, I didn't even like. It was, I think I paid. Okay, how it worked was you would essentially pay into like a foods plan, like a meal plan. I think they called it a meal plan. And when you buy the meal plan, the money that you pay for the meal plan essentially goes onto your student card. So when you go to a cafe, like on campus, I don't know, cafe, whatever, you would essentially like swipe your student ID and the money would come out of your meal plan that you paid for. It was essentially like a second debit card that you could only use for on-campus cafeteria food and some like partnered like other restaurants that was off campus, like a sushi place downtown that was popular that took meal plan. So that's where I used most of my meal plan money at the end of my degree. I think third and fourth year I had like $2,000 to spend on food because I think if you take the money out, they take a huge cut. If you say, oh, I want the money that's in the meal plan to be converted back into cash, they take a huge cut. And I don't think you could have opted out of the meal plan anyway, so you were just kind of forced, you were strongmanned into participating in this program, whether you liked it or not. And when you try to escape, they punish you and they take your money. Dude, the whole university is a scam, man. So I spent my like third and fourth year spending $2,000, like $2.5 in like overpriced Okanagan sushi. It was fine. It was okay. I would just rather have had $2,500. Is it that much to ask? Ah, fuck. The whole system is... I don't know how it is now, but that is how it was back then. And the whole system was just kind of broken. This doesn't give me much help because I honestly can't clear the room fast. This is a win more item, and I'm on the back foot. I can't possibly take that item actually. But this run is actually kind of displaying my Isaac skills at the very least, and my banter skills. Because shit, something about things that make me angry. I think because when I start ranting, I project more. I speak at a probably too high of a pace. But hey, it's interesting, isn't it? Roommate bitch girl. Fucking roommate bitch girl, man. I'm gonna find her. Honestly though, I would very much rather, like now, at this point in my life, after living in both Kelowna and Montreal, which are very different from Vancouver for different reasons, I would much rather visit Kelowna than Montreal. I don't know if I would recommend that to everyone, but just for me, probably because of the positive associations I have with Kelowna. Kelowna is when I feel like when I really gained consciousness. I feel like before attending university in Kelowna, I just about had no free will, and I don't know, that's weird to say, but I think I was just autopiloting my life. And something about Kelowna kind of helped me gain autonomy over my brain functions and body functions too, because that's when I started working out more. That's when I started powerlifting. That's when I started calisthenics. And I had a workout buddy who was, I don't know, very racist, but he was very strong. He was a great coach. Very racist. Great coach. Very racist. Great coach. Well, we would hang out every day, and he would say something about immigrants. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I feel like for most people, I would say just if you're going for a week, visit Montreal. If you're going for 2 weeks, go somewhere else. Don't go to either places. But if for me, I guess having lived in Montreal for more than I bargained for, I think is just kind of why I would rather go to Kelowna, see how the city has developed. Kelowna was like, back when I was living there, it was so prided. It was so proud on being the fastest growing city in Canada, and there were a lot of real estate investments to be made, a lot of like businesses to grow during that time. So I want to see what was all the hype about. Let me take a look, see if it's really grown and lived up to its hype. Fuck. I really don't think it would have really grown. Most of Kelowna, from my understanding, is just kind of along the main highway. I think it's Highway 1. So a lot of people that have to go to Vernon or Alberta would have to go through Kelowna. From my understanding, there's a way to bypass it. But if you're going from the west coast to east coast in a car, Kelowna is probably where a lot of people would stop by because it's, from my understanding, it's a main highway that connects, you know, both sides of Canada. Let's see. Okay, that guy has done nothing but died. I'm gonna use that here. If I even like win this run, this would be a miracle. With the starting with 3 health up items and not being really offered any real good items, good offensive items. Defensively, we're sure you could argue that we're doing fine. We're doing fine in that department. But I'd rather be a little bit stronger, you know. I want to go to Kelowna now. I never thought that I would. I think leaving Kelowna, I told myself that I would never go back. For more reasons than one. The negative experiences of Kelowna being mostly from my university, but the city itself, it was pretty boring. It's a pretty boring city. Again, it's a retirement city and an investment city. No one's really there to have a good time. No one's there to have an exciting life, rather. I think this might be better, actually. When I have to rely on Mr. Boom on the last floor of the game, I think it says something. I don't know what it says, but it says something about our current conditions. Nice. Yeah. I'm excited. I think one day I will go to Kelowna. Maybe I'll go there to enjoy some wine. I'll go to my favorite wineries. I will go to my favorite wineries. There's like a good coffee places there too. And I wonder there's good Asian places now. Okay. We're kind of making it work. I want to make our way to the boss room though. Let me take this. Okay. Maybe we'll get some items now. Oh. Maybe we'll get some items now. Nice. Stay alive. Staying alive. Everyone that I've met from Kelowna, or that has grown up in Kelowna, they all want to stay in Kelowna. Honestly, I cannot see the appeal. It's very... Not that I you know, enjoy Vancouver, things a lot. I just appreciate the options to go, like hiking in a mountain, it's just like there's better transit system, so I can't really see myself living in Kelowna. But everyone that I've met that's grown up in Kelowna, they love it there and they want to have a family there. They never want to leave. And that is kind of how I feel about Vancouver. I wonder if they have the same sentiment about all the people that grow up in Vancouver want to stay in Vancouver. I don't understand why. It's really I don't know. I want to hear their argument. I don't think I've ever had a chance to really hear them out. Maybe they have a good point. And maybe, now that it's changed, maybe they had, they knew something that I didn't, clearly. Although the thing about Kelowna is that every summer is just forest fire smoke. Air quality worse than freaking, like, Beijing. Okay, hold on. Let me, So other than the forest fires, and the lack of real things to do, if you want to live a quiet life without too much trouble, without too much distractions, I think Kelowna is a great place. For me though, I want more out of life than living so quietly. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but I could see it. I could see it. But that's my old bitch ugly roommate. And Kelowna. That's how you beat Binding of Isaac too. We keep the win streak at a 9. Thanks for watching.